I haven't made a landscape in a while. My fingers are itching to draw. Let's roll the intro. Well, hello there, I'm Détroit. Believe me or not, I started this drawing 3 months ago. I sketched it, then I did the flat colors, and then I don't really know what happened. I kind of forgot about it. 3 months later, I was looking for unfinished pieces, or WIPs, works in progress, and I reopened the PSD file. I did remember what the original idea was, but I didn't want to pull through on it, and I decided to change IDs. Stay until the end of the video because it would be weird to stop watching a drawing process in the middle, and subscribe for more videos of this kind and other kinds as well. So what are we drawing exactly? It's a rather simple landscape. I believe my original inspiration for this was the scene in Avatar: The Last Airbender where Iroh sings in memory of his son. I feel like I wanted to encompass the same vibe with the lonely tree in front of a large panorama, and I wanted to add in something that told of a distant history, like a small shrine and lots of swords left in the tree. Maybe a long time ago there were a lot of wars, and since the end of the wars and the coming of peace, the swords have been left there to remind the inhabitants of the city on the right of the evil of war. Now, that's the global idea and what I initially sketched 3 months ago. Now to talk about the execution of said idea. My original plan was to emulate the style of the wallpapers in, I believe, iOS 14, like this. So something fairly contrasted, no line art, and colorful gradients everywhere. Crisp delimitations between light and shadow. But when I got back to this almost empty PSD file with just flats and a sketch, I decided to try something else instead. Now, to be completely honest with you, I think I should have gone with my first idea instead of the second. I'm not that fond of how this digital painting turned out. I couldn't tell you why exactly. Maybe it's because it feels messy. It looks like the thumbnail drawing you would do in preparation for a bigger artwork, where you figure out the color schemes and the composition, essentially. Anyway, it's still fun and colorful, and I learned quite a lot while drawing it. Also, I don't have any other digital painting video to show you, so this will do. Or it will have to. Instead of the crisp, contrasted areas of my reference sheet, I instead decided to virtually throw a lot of paint at this canvas in the form of low opacity round blobs. Using clipping mask on each of the main shapes, I'm adding all sorts of shading with colors that are similar to the flat behind it. I'm mainly using a round brush and choosing a tone that's a bit darker than the flat and a bit shifted in hue as well. After adding a lot of spots, I'm lowering the layer opacity to less than 20%. Opacity low like this makes more of a texture than a shading. To enhance it a bit, I'm sometimes using gradients as well, low opacity too, just to give a sense of the sun being in the middle and so the shadows being further towards the foreground. The two parts of the picture that I think this style works best with are definitely the clouds and the tree in the foreground. The texture of the tree really pops out with the long streaks made with the round brush. On the clouds, the dots of various colors with differing opacity give a really interesting mix. I tried my best to have darker and bigger dots towards the outer layer of clouds and have lighter dots towards the center, where the sun would be. To emphasize the sun hitting directly some parts of the picture, I'm using long streaks of pure white along the edges of the various shapes. I usually refrain from using pure white, because pure white is always a bit too much. Like, obviously most of my drawings aren't realistic, but still, there is close to no pure white in nature and in reality. So be careful about your use of white. Same for black, by the way. Pure black in nature is really rare, because there are always ambient lights or reflections. So white and black should be only for very small highlights instead of large areas. This is why, even though I added white everywhere, on every shape where the sun would be, I lowered the opacity of the layers that had white, except for the clouds and the tree. Apart from that, I don't have much to say about this drawing. Again, not my favorite in terms of execution, even though the idea I think is good, and the colors are really cool. I have wanted to try low opacity circles to make a full picture for a while, and now that I've tried it, I think I won't do it again. At least for a long time. There are other styles I want to explore as well. Basically, every single one of my drawing videos try to explore a different concept or a different style. Tell me in the comments if there is a specific style you want to see me try my hand at, or a specific artist whose style I should learn. I'm also always on the lookout for new inspirations and cool pieces of art, so drop some names in the comments. But yeah, maybe one day I will redraw this drawing, maybe in the style of this one, which also has a lot of layers of colorful dots. I think it would be more appropriate. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for drawing videos every week. As I said, drop cool artists you enjoy in the comments as well. Check out my social media page and you'll see me in a few days. I'm Detroit. Bye!